afternoon, everyone. Please rise for our class of 2017 graduates, and please remain standing for our national anthem, which will be performed by our WHS senior chorus members. to the WHS Orchestra. We will now call the senior members of the WHS Chorus to sing the national anthem. Good afternoon to all of our Winchester families, friends, honored guests, staff, school committee members, and of course, good afternoon to all of our WHS Class of 2017 graduates. More than 12 years ago, when you began your journey, you started at the bottom of the Winchester Public Schools hierarchy. And to paraphrase Canada's famed poet, Drake, now you and your whole crew are here. But where is here for you? Is this an ending point, a culmination of achievements, the peak of your life? While it may feel as though your journey is coming to an end, it is not. This is not the end of learning, the end of competition, the end of friendship, or the end of opportunity. This ceremony is actually another beginning in your journey. The journey you're on is about to expand. It changes, it evolves, but it does not end. This is just a step to something greater, something far grander than you could have ever thought about 12 years ago. The doors to the world are about to open wide to you. I have faith in each and every one of you that this is not the peak and that you will walk through those doors and take on life ready for whatever higher peaks your journey may bring. When you're on your lifelong journey, which is really the process about finding your place in the world, you will need a number of tools to be successful. Of those tools, the most important may be perseverance. The good news is that the class of 2017 specifically may be the class most prepared to persevere that WHS has ever produced. You successfully persevered through nearly 4 years of building construction with its relocations, vibrating walls, constant loud noises, new rooms not fully ready for occupancy, smells, distractions, modular classrooms that may or may not have always been fully operational, and just a bit of chaos beyond the norm. You also succeeded despite many changes in administrative leadership. And of course, all of you may have heard that there was a significant lack of parking this year. In fact, many of you will be able to tell your grandkids that you really did walk to school in 2 feet of snow. And for that first time, it'll probably be true. Getting through all of these challenges means that you have already learned the ability to persevere and to value the strength you gain that comes from facing and overcoming the unexpected. You may actually be stronger than you may give yourself credit for. The class of 2017 and all you have persevered through reminds me of the William Ernest Henley poem titled Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You have persevered through much, and you have come out prepared and ready to take on the world. Your souls are unconquerable. Your heads are unbowed. You are now the masters of your fate, and you will always be the captains of your souls. Enjoy where you are in life right now, because your time is now. Take on the world as though you have nothing to lose, but always keep in your head and in your hearts that you are somebody else's something to lose. You are loved here, and you are forever a part of your town and your school. No matter where the journey continues to take you, you will forever be the sons and daughters of Winchester. Good luck, stay strong, and always know that no matter what the future brings, you will persevere and succeed. Thank you and congratulations. Our next presenter will be Dr. Judith Evans, Superintendent of the Winchester Public Schools.
On behalf of the Winchester Public Schools Administration, faculty, staff, and school committee, it is my honor to be here to celebrate the 2017 Winchester High School graduation with you today. Members of the class of 2017, we salute your accomplishments and are very proud of each of you. My two main responsibilities related to graduation are to sign these diplomas and offer some very brief words of advice to graduates. I recently read a book by New York Times bestseller Jeffrey Selingo called There Is Life After College. The author talks about the traits and skills you need to be successful after you graduate. You have the next 4 years or more to gain these skills, so I thought it would be worth sharing a few reminders from this book about the next 4 years of your life. First, the good news. College is a lot easier than high school. Sure, you'll have structured schedules of classes, but plenty of free time to explore, create, and learn outside the classroom. Take advantage of this freedom to practice your skill of being curious, asking what's next, and being self-directed. Don't wait to be told what to do, and you will often have to create your own opportunities. You've heard this next piece of advice before: take risks and learn from your failures. The problem is most colleges aren't set up for you to practice much of this skill. You'll have to go looking for opportunities to stretch yourself, be comfortable not knowing the answer, and gain confidence that you'll figure things out. The last piece of advice from Selingo is this: be truly humble and willing to learn from peers and mentors. Admit what you don't know, and be slow to share your many accomplishments. Listen more than you speak. Build strong relationships, in person as well as online. Many of the things that we think are so important in high school, like what your SAT score was, how many AP tests you took, or even where you go to college, mean very little later in life. What is most important is who you are as a person. Are you kind, generous with your time and attention, resilient, a loving friend, hardworking? These are the traits that mark a successful person. Graduates, your teachers, parents, and friends truly believe in your ability to achieve your goals and dreams. As you face the excitement and challenges of striking out in the world, I encourage you to be humble, ask for help when you need it, and know you have the strength to work through life's inevitable failures and pain. No matter how painful, embrace your mistakes as an opportunity to learn and grow. Acknowledge the needs and contributions of others, especially those who've helped you along the way. Know that you're never alone in your journey, for your Winchester family will always be here to support and encourage you. We all wish you the very best as you embark on the amazing adventures that await you. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2017.
Our next speaker will be National Honor Society President Winnie Lee.
Good afternoon. First of all, I want to congratulate each and every member of the class of 2017. You've worked incredibly hard over these years, and you have already made it very far. I have no doubt that you will continue to thrive in the future. I want to start with a memory from earlier this year when Yearbook Club sent out a survey asking for our senior quotes. Naturally, I panicked, and being the procrastinator that I am, I struggled to decide on one quote that I believed would define me. I felt as though these single quotes, which are now printed in our yearbook, would permanently define each of us. Luckily, my good friend, who also happened to be an editor-in-chief of the yearbook, accepted my quote submission many weeks late. I decided on a quote written by a Chinese philosopher, Confucius, who my dad also loves to reference when trying to teach me life lessons. He once stated, "Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life." I keep these words very close to my heart because I believe that it means a true passion and love for something can take one much further in life than hard work alone would. Whether you know it or not, we all have passions. It can be art, music, reading, writing, social activism, environmental justice, or even challenging me to an argument on Facebook. These passions are what have made our high school careers special and will be what carries us on in the future. Here at Winchester High, we've been so honored to have such passionate teachers and faculty who work tirelessly to inspire us, are dedicated to our education, and are focused towards the betterment of our lives. Let's have one more round of applause for our incredible faculty and staff. As students of a blue ribbon high school and in a highly competitive community, we often get caught up in ourselves and become defined by the numbers, the grades, the rankings, and the dreaded SAT scores. Let's be real, many extracurriculars we do here at WHS, whether it's leadership club, Latin club, or even lifting club, are meant to boost our college application. We've been habituated to believe that all we do leads to our final destination, college. Every week, we have a test or an essay due, unless you're in Mr. Miles' class, known for his daily 3-question reading quiz. However, we are not meant to be robots that spit out facts, dates, and numbers. We are human, made to think and to use our creativity to pursue our passions. Over the years, some of us have lost our imagination and our love for learning. Learning for the sake of learning is something that cannot be taught. It's what drives humanity forward and prepares our next generation of leaders. The knowledge we learn today, combined with our lifelong passions, is the answer to tomorrow's problems. One of my greatest fears is that students forget why they wake up to go to school. I myself can barely wake up to my 4th alarm unless my mom physically drags me out of bed. I know it's been a struggle to wake up at 6:45 or 4 a.m. for the girls' swim team, just to go to school and learn about facts you may not even care about. However, I encourage you to venture forth into your lives, finding your passions by seeking knowledge, exploring the world, and satisfying your never-ending hunger for curiosity. We live in a bubble, and as we all depart today as alumni of Winchester High School, spreading our Sachem pride far and near, the world outside of the 01890 is waiting for us. The real world may as well be a black hole, but I have faith in you, the class of 2017, to bring what you have learned here at WHS to overcome the challenges you will soon face. Finally, I leave you with a small piece of advice, which is not to take life too seriously. Take my sister, for example. You may know her as Winnie Lee's savage older sister. She just graduated from ZooMass, also as one of the 10 recipients of the 21st Century Leaders Award out of 5,000 graduates. So, have a little fun here and there, but remember to stay true to what is important to you. 4 years ago, when I was sitting in those bleachers way up there, because WHS graduations were indoors not by choice, I was watching the class of 2013 graduate, and I would have never imagined myself standing here today. Trust me, the air's better down here. It's amazing how time flies by, and as we all move on to bigger and better things, I hope you remember to cherish each day, savor every moment, and live life to the very fullest. Thank you, and once again, congratulations, class of 2017.
Our next speaker will be Student Council President Abby Joseph.
Good afternoon. Fellow graduates, we have certainly had an interesting tenure at WHS. During each of our 4 years, we've entered the school to face a different building and a different principal. Yet, through this unpredictable environment, we have persevered, even if we suffered a few setbacks, such as our parking situation. However, because Winchester High School is so much more than just a building, our fluctuating environment will not define our experiences here. Even as our surroundings changed during the tumultuous construction, the people within the building, who give WHS its unique character, remain constant. From our supportive staff to our lifelong friends, the strong personal connections we have made bind us together as a class and a community and withstand the trials of a changing building and administration. Each one of us has had a meaningful relationship with a WHS faculty member that has shaped our academic passions, athletic or musical abilities, or our perspective on life, such as our teachers, cafeteria workers, coaches, librarians, and club advisors. There are even a few individuals with the ability to touch every single one of us in small ways, like our beloved Ms. Talkis did in the few years we were fortunate enough to have her. The consistent encouragement, smiles, kind words, guidance, support, and belief in our abilities from these individuals strengthen the bonds that create the caring community we have at WHS. Our relationships with our peers tie us to WHS even further. Nothing brings people closer together than intense and emotional shared experiences, whether they be the highs and lows that come with working hard to win and sometimes lose on a sports team, the hectic frenzy surrounding the production of a play or a musical performance, or working together to give back to our community. Your friends, they understand you, they make you laugh, and they stay with you even when you're a bit snarky and sleep deprived. Your experiences with them here will forever remain as treasured memories that you will look back on fondly for years to come. The WHS that matters is made up of all the aforementioned individuals, those who have shaped your personal journeys and have influenced the choices that have culminated to form your future trajectories. This WHS withstands the wrecking balls. As we transition to college, we're going to face a lot of change that is not so different from what we've already experienced here at WHS. Our surroundings will change dramatically. We'll probably get lost a few more times than we can count as we explore a new campus. We'll face new administrative personalities and approaches to which we will need to adjust. However, we'll be equipped to face these challenges and thrive. We've discovered that it will be the relationships we form with others that will create a positive and nourishing atmosphere that allows us to grow. We now know to seek out friends and adult mentors that will strengthen us. And make us become better versions of ourselves. WHS has taught us that the key to success is using your relationships with those around you as an asset to propel you forward, regardless of the circumstances. As we celebrate our step forward into the future, it is important not to forget those who throughout our past have helped us succeed. Often working tirelessly in the background, we cannot thank our families enough for their sacrifice and dedication to us. I want to thank my own parents for showing me from a young age that as long as I put in the hard work, I can go on to become whatever I want to be. Thank you for all the soccer games you drove me to, meals you made, guidance you delivered, and countless other small and loving acts you performed that allowed me to become the person I am today. And to my extended family and church family, thank you for always praying and believing in me. Today, we celebrate the awesome accomplishments of every single graduate. Take this opportunity to relish in your personal successes with your proud family. It may be another 4 long years until you receive the same royal treatment. For many of us, this ceremony is the culmination of 12 years as a part of the Winchester School community. Yet for some, it may have only been a few. Nonetheless, how long you've been a part of the WHS community does not determine the magnitude of influence your experiences here have had on your life. We may have different backgrounds, and maybe we all entered the Winchester School community at different times, but today, we all take our first steps out into the world together, united as one class of 2017. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you.
Our final student speaker will be Senior Class President Jared Pantadosi.
Good afternoon. First of all, I would like to acknowledge my fellow class officers, Eamon Mahoney, Lydia Pan, and Winnie Lee, and our advisors, Ms. Yonker and Ms. Beauchesne. They have worked tirelessly these last 4 years to make sure your high school experience was something special, and it has been my privilege to work with them. So give them. As some of you may know, my favorite author is Stephen King. Now, most of you probably hear that name and think of evil clowns, haunted hotels, rabid dogs, and you would be right to think that. He has written some of the most horrifying and nightmare-inducing tales of our time. However, there is a common thread that runs through each of his stories. A physical thread as much as a thematic thread. That thread is called the Dark Tower. Now, in King's books, this tower stands at the center of all of the universes and is a structure of almost unimaginable power. To reach the top of the tower and bask in all of that magical energy is an undying goal shared by many characters in King's stories. Their conflict with each other and their seemingly endless quest for the tower has echoes and implications that play out in each of King's 56 novels and nearly 200 short stories. Think about that. All of those lives, all of those loves, all of those deaths playing out in the shadow of something that they will never see, something beyond even their comprehension. It makes you wonder, what is the point of such a quest? If the world is unaware of such a painstaking and grueling journey and will not be any better or worse because of it, what is the point? We all have our towers, our ultimate goal that drives us to get up in the morning, to study for that test, to practice for that sport. For many of us, I'm sure today was a tower. How much have we all gone through, really, for most of us, these past 12 years as part of the Winchester school system? How much has our own journeys changed us? I doubt any of us are the same person we were in September 2013 when we started our freshman year. I would go even further and say fewer are even the same person we were last September when we started our senior year. I'm not. And what was it all for? Is your dark tower the thing you have dedicated your entire life to pursuing? a piece of paper with your name on it? Is the world any better or worse after we get our diplomas? Maybe. No one can answer that question with any certainty. But I say, who cares? We have all reached the end of a very long and grueling journey. Our tower lies directly in front of us. The mystery is gone, our work is done. We know what the top will look like. So what are you going to do now that you all stand at the foot of your own tower? Are you going to greedily charge up those steps without a single thought? Or are you going to take a moment to pause, to reflect on the journey that led you here? Reaching the top of our towers is a momentary and easy joy, one that will fade with time. Stephen King said it best when he wrote at the end of a particularly long story, quote, "I hope you came to hear the tale and not just munch your way through the pages to the ending. For an ending, you only have to turn to the last page and see what is there writ upon. But endings are heartless." End quote. So, in the spirit of Stephen King, I ask every member of the class of 2017, when we reminisce about our time in the Winchester school system, to not dwell on what it felt like to take our diploma. Instead, think how the breeze of the Potomac felt against your skin on the DC trip. How stressful rushing to lunch it was so you could get a seat. How your back ached as you wrote that history research paper at 2 in the morning. Remember all of it, good and bad. More than the destination, the journey defines who we are. Thank you and congratulations.
Tomorrow morning, Jared and I plan to send his speech out on Twitter directly to Stephen King. So all of you retweeters out there, I'm talking to Chloe O'Callahan, Dr. Evans, Ms. Giwala, Ms. Driscoll, please make sure we get some retweet love so we can get a reaction from Mr. King. At this point, we will now have the WHS senior chorus members come and give a tribute to the class of 2017. Our final speaker today will be honored faculty member, Mr. Brody Miles.
Before we start, I'd like to mention in passing what is happening to my body at this very instant. My heart's about to explode. I'm sweating like a lathered racehorse. You have been warned, future huggers and handshakers. I can't breathe. My hands are about to vibrate right off my body. These microphones are freaking me out. I am dressed like a wizard. And all of this makes me question, how did I get here? To this place? How? The past me, the high school me, never wished or envisioned this scenario. Sure, I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but this experience right now, in front of a crowd that probably has expectations, this was never a part of the plan. And then I look out there at all of you. Some of you are feeling the exact same thing right now. How did you get here to this moment? Weren't you just in kindergarten? Weren't you just dressing up like Lady Gaga or Iron Man for Halloween in 5th grade? Weren't you just stepping into the pre-construction halls of WHS? And where are you now? Here, in this room, dressed like a wizard. This disconcerting unmooring of time and place may be masked by the hum of excitement of the celebratory moment, but it is there. And how did you get here? To help you out with this question, let's talk about something really exciting. And by really exciting, I mean Greek tragedy. I know, come on, Miles, we're done with this. But that's just it. You're not. In Agamemnon, what does the chorus tell us about knowledge? Where does it come from? I'm actually looking for an answer. Suffering! Yes, that's right. Your suffering is rewarded with experience, and that experience will let you gain wisdom. Thank you, Mike. It's inspiring, isn't it? Knowledge through suffering. Think about these past 4 years and all the hardships you have endured. All of the reading, the test taking, the Adirondack chair building, trekking to the mods, pimples, driving classes, SAT tutoring, rehearsals, practice, and of course, missing out on all the fun because you had an essay or a major project due. So it goes, bing. And all of that suffering, all those experiences led you to wisdom. And now you are here, and your suffering has ended. It's over. But it's not! My good old friend, Joseph Campbell, he of the hero of 1,000 faces, would say, you are the protagonists in your own heroic journey. At the end of the ceremony, when the speeches are over, and you have your diploma in hand, free from the weight that is high school, you are crossing a threshold into a new part of your life. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. I must congratulate you because you have just come through a 4-year-long adventure. You have already been tested and suffered and found worthy. You are on the cusp of entering the magical glade of post-graduation summer. Diploma in hand, your boon, your treasure, your precious. You can bask in the sunshine with no academic expectation and finally breathe. You can relax your guard for the next couple of months, hang with your friends, and recharge. But then, gird your loins. The world awaits. For some of you, this magical moment of relaxation will last the summer. For some of you, it will end tomorrow. Whether this means college, the military, or entering the workforce, you will cross into the next phase of your life, into the next adventure of experience with new challenges and new trials. In short, let the suffering begin anew. Such an uplifting message. I know. But do not fear, the suffering will, as I said before, lead to wisdom. And Campbell helpfully points out, We have neither to risk the adventure alone, for the heroes of all time have gone before us. The labyrinth is thoroughly known. We have only to follow the thread of the hero path. Yes, the heroes of all time. Think about that. Now, with the idea of heroes in mind, why don't you just turn and find your parents out there in the stand? To really do it. Find them. Find them. Where are they? Where could they be? Wave at them. They have already gone through this part of the journey. They are the heroes that have crossed multiple thresholds. They have traveled before you, and they have suffered. Think about this. As much as you may not want to acknowledge it, their suffering has led them to experience and wisdom, which allows them to assist you in the trials that will come before you in the future. They are your thread to follow into the labyrinth. They are your mentors, your own personal Gandalfs or Dumbledores, if you will. Why do I keep referencing wizards? I don't know. They are the first resource of the many to come that will help show the way. Now, Campbell, in studying the myriad cultures and mythologies of the past, also discusses that you heroes out there will also have magical gifts or knowledge bestowed upon you to help you through your journey. Here's the secret. WHS has given you this. You have worked and suffered to earn this magic. And no matter how much you think this is untrue or corny, WHS is a part of you. You may have the simple desire to flee and never walk the halls of the high school again. You are ready to banish it from your mind, ready to move forward at light speed into your real life. But as Cormac McCarthy writes in No Country for Old Men, you think when you wake up in the morning, yesterday don't count. But yesterday is all that does count. What else is there? Your life is made out of the days it's made out of, nothing else. That's your suffering and your experience and wisdom right there. Use it. Look backward to look forward, even if that forward is radically different from the past you. Now let me tell you a little story about yesterdays and their importance. This one is seared upon my mind and remains clear as day. I remember pulling into my dorm for the first time, good old East Shaw Hall, and lugging all my stuff from my friend's powder blue Astro van. It was the future, and we had Astro vans. When all the bags and boxes were in and it was time for my parents to leave, I was ready to begin anew, to take that next step, grow into the newfound freedom that surrounded me. But first, I had to get all my possessions squared away. My parents had finally left. I was haphazardly throwing clothes into my new closet, free of the strictures of my very clean and organized mother. At home, my bed had to be made neatly every day. There was nothing to be on the floor of my bedroom. My shirts were all hung up. But yes, now my own place, a place where I could revel in being more relaxed and casual, sloppy even. In went the stack of jeans, in went the sweaters, glorious, leaning, haphazard towers of cloth. And then I felt it, a weighted physical force, a pull towards neatness. I stood there, surrounded by the chaos of the move, and in that moment I knew the power of my mother and the power of yesterday. Out loud, I cursed. I couldn't do it. I was compelled to straighten those piles and to organize them. And there it was, my yesterday shaping my future. But there is also this. You have all of this yesterday experience and yesterday magic. And now enter another part of your life. The part of your life where your experience and wisdom will allow you to engage on your own terms. Think about all that blankness that lays ahead, all that is out there that you can choose to do. You will be in a new place with people who don't know the you of yesterday. I think back to my high school self and my college self, and there are two very different people and two very different students there. You can use this threshold you are crossing to make yourself into the kind of person that you want to be, the hero. As you sit here, the last vestiges of your high school you are disappearing. The you that sits here now will not be the you of 6 months from now. Sachem, taxation. All is flux. Embrace this idea in all its exciting glory. And now, speaking of embraces, very soon you will hear affirmation after affirmation of your success and achievement. Take the hugs, the embraces, and handshakes, and bask in them. Do not be embarrassed by your accomplishment or the pride that your family feels for you. Revel in the human contact of a job well done. In fact, why don't we all take a moment here and make contact with some people? So what I want you to do right now is to find a partner for a big high five of affirmation. Parents, grandparents, family members, you should be in on this too. Hey, you're getting ahead of yourself. This is a choreographed moment. This was supposed to be a choreographed thing, so you're ruining it all for everyone. It was going to be on 3. Let's do it again, and I hope no one got hit in the face. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right, this is a mess. All right. Moving on, right along. All right, class of 2017. Nothing pumps up a crowd like some Aeschylus, Joseph Campbell, Cormac McCarthy, Wizards. You are an inspiring and supremely capable bunch. Continue to be so. Know as you begin this new part of your life that you will suffer, but in that suffering there will be knowledge. Embrace your yesterday's magic and your present moments, and you will not only succeed in life, but actually enjoy your life. All right. One last Campbell idea to round this all out. He says about the hero's journey, "And where we have thought to slay another, we slay ourselves. And where we have thought to travel outward, we shall come to the center of our own existence. And where we have thought to be alone, we shall be with all the world." Enjoy your adventure, and congratulations.
Ms. Boucher, Ms. Yonker, are you ready? Class of 2017, are you ready? Okay, let's do it.
Elena Marie Abatsis. Robert Edward Abenat. Nicholas Eli Abraham. Lolita Narani Albrecht. Francisco Javier Alicia. Marian Alta. Peter William Anderson. Walter Good Armstrong. Vishni Arula Nandam. Gaurav Gary Bazubakian. John Mark Belinsky. Andrew Dan Bondari. Matteo Raymond Bianchini. Paul Million Blair. Samantha Bryn Bloomside. Justin Daniel Blundell. Juliana Francis Bachoff. Madison Emily Boney. Dinah Danielle Bonilla. Tristan Edward Boudreau. Yasmin Fiona Bukhari. Nathan Tyler Bradley. Kyle David Gregg. Danielle Marie Butts. Sarah Lillian Cabana. Jack Aiden Cato. Olivia Joan Callan. Nicholas Michael Cantucco. Sabrina Leah Capone. Alexandra Marie Casey. Stephen
Catherine Margaret May. Madison Sarah McCullough. Sarah Ann McCaffrey. Henry Adams McDonough. Michael Picariello McGee. Benjamin James McGee. Elliot James McGowan.
the Winchester High School's class of 2017.